afternoon, South Africa. A very good warm welcome to you. This is Afternoon Express, and my name is Balisa Dembe. Now, it is the second day since schools have shut down, and we still have a long way to go before things get back to the way they used to be. But at least Afternoon Express is here with an hour of fashion, food, and music to keep you entertained. So in today's Fashion Express, we feature two incredible local design labels, and we're going to be getting a makeup tutorial on how to achieve two on-trend looks for this season. But first up though, we've got Athalia Moore, who is only 24 years old, but she's juggling a career as a teacher and a recording artist. Now, she rose to fame when she was featured in the innovative DJ's track Dubai, and most recently, she released her popular single Golden. Certainly one way to warm us into our Thursday evening. Now, connect with us online if you've got any questions for Athalia. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express, or comment on our Facebook page. Welcome to the loft, girl.
Thank you so much for having me.
You are looking as radiant as that voice sounds.
You look stunning as well.
Thank you, Gabonga. Now, Athalia, I have to take it back to the beginning of your journey in music. When you found your love and your passion for all things musical, I mean, there's a similar theme that I've picked up around musicians that come onto Afternoon Express. It seems like school choirs or church choirs is where everyone starts. I mean, what do you think it is about that environment that just ignites that musical flair?
Being a child at home, growing in a family where my whole family will sing. So I think that's where it all started. Yeah. So being in high school and primary school, that is where it starts. Wow. You know. So I started singing when I was still in primary school, and I started singing as well when I was in high school. That's where the music journey started. And being in a school choir, it helps a lot because the conductor, let me say, the conductor notices people with more talent and effort to do something about their music. So that's where I started. And obviously I was doing choral music. So now I'm doing house music. Those two, it's just two different
East and West, ne?
Yes, but then...
Have you found that you've been able to grow in that way to now where you're doing house music and it's quite authentic, it's quite organic, or did you have to sit down, learn the melodies, learn the different tempos of house music?
Honestly, I didn't have to sit down and learn anything because it started in high school, having a conductor, someone to teach me notes, someone to teach me how to create a melody, someone to teach me how to write my own songs, because when someone sees an effort in a person, they tell you, do this, do that, and you will see yourself somewhere one day. So I didn't really have to go through that route.
Yeah, and you've collaborated with the innovative DJs. You created the song Dubai. I mean, that was a huge hit. It was on very high rotation for quite some time. And now you've got your new single, Golden. I mean, your journey in music from then until now, what have been your biggest growth points and how did you find your music has developed since then? Okay,
so being featured in a song by innovative DJs Dubai, that is a different genre. It's actually Gqom. So this song, Golden, it's different, way different from Gqom. So Golden is a type of commercial music. So I'm more of a singer than a person who does gimmicks. So really, I've grown a lot from being just a choral little girl singing and now to being a more matured singer, being at Wits as well, having Dr. Alta as my lecturer, my music lecturer. She helped me to push myself and trained my voice to be more appealing and natural.
I love
so,
that.
Yeah,
I mean, they do say that teachers are like role models, teachers are like heroes. They leave that forever mark on you and they make a huge impact on who you are as a person. I mean, you've already mentioned your huge inspiration that was your previous music teacher. How did that relationship grow and how were you able to nurture your song making process for now you to be able to impart that knowledge onto your students?
Okay, so I tell my kids every day that because I teach creative arts and I teach them music, I tell them every day that here, you being here, practicing and having to sing for me so that you can earn your marks for singing, you have to be willing to work. So I always tell them that you must be willing to work because kids think maybe it's fun just doing music, we're just playing around, but we're not playing around. The subject creative arts itself needs to be taken serious. So I always tell my kids that, you know what, prepare yourself. Tell yourself that you can do this. Don't think about who's looking at you. So I always tell them that. Prepare yourself, don't think about anyone, and come here, stand in front of us, sing confidently, and you will grow. So I think I motivate my kids a lot to also use their talents and not only to just sit and not do anything about it.
And harbour them. I love that. I love you encouraging them to be great, and you are pursuing greatness at all costs, which is something I take my hat off. And your role as a teacher, though, so you're juggling your music career, you're juggling being a teacher at Wits. How have the two come together? And being the person that you are, how does that inspire then your pupils?
Okay, so I started singing in 2015, and when I started singing then, I was doing covers. I would perform classical music for a song like You Raise Me Up. So I think I was approaching people to say, hey, can I please come and sing at your events? That's where it started. Then I met my producers. They were like, girl, we think you can do a house song, so how about we try this? So I think that's how I grew, and then I had the guts to go and say, let me try this, let me write my own song and sing. So yeah, I think being a teacher as well, it's about time management. So I try my best to find time between that. I understand that being a teacher is my 7 to 5, you know, and being a musician, you can do at night.
Whenever.
Or in the morning, early in the morning before you go to work. So I just find myself having passion for the two.
That's
and
so beautiful.
I try my best to balance and, yeah.
Yeah, so it's actually something to me that means a lot to me. When I have come quite far in life, it's quite nice to look back at all of those individuals that have helped you up the way. So I know we touched on your darling music teacher that has made such a profound mark in your life. We've got quite a funny video from that teacher that we have to show you. And we have to show the rest of South Africa. Just have a look at this.
Wow.
Golden is my life.
My life is golden.
I love that. How do
She's
you
amazing.
do that?
And that was after my varsity days, actually. Like, we always meet up and talk, catch up. Hilda, what are you doing? Please come and perform here. Please come, let's have some coffee.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she keeps motivating me to do even better. But then...
I love that bond.
You know?
Classic. And you know what? I felt like joining her right up there, dancing along with her. Now, we've asked you if you've got any questions for Thalia. And we've got Mama Tumi on Twitter who asks, my question to this dear friend of mine is, what would you say is your calling, singing or being a teacher? And why would you say so?
Both of them are my calling. I grew up in a family where my parents would sing every single day, and I would do the same. I would sing out loud. People would hear me from the from the street saying, "Oh, hi, girl." When I go out the street, they'll tell me, "Wow, you're very much talented," and that motivated me. So I'm extremely happy and honored to be in this music thing and being a teacher as well, being a motivation to my kids. So, yeah.
Beautiful. Best of both worlds here. We're not picking sides. We're going with both. I love that answer. We also have Princess Kagiso here who asked, where does she see herself in the upcoming 5 years in music? What are her goals and achievements?
Okay, so now I'm working on an EP of about 8 songs, and it's going to be amazing. I'm a Petty girl, by the way, so there's a Petty song in my EP, and in the next 5 years, I wish to release an album.
Oh, nice.
And work with one of the big, well-known artists. Actually, Busi is my inspiration. And Busi Swa, because I love how confident and passionate she is about her, her music, her career. So I'm very much excited and happy.
Well, you heard it here, folks. In the next 5 years, we see major collaborations. We see an album on the horizon. The sky's the limit for Thalia. Now, she will be back with us later on in the show to perform her latest single. So definitely make sure that you stay tuned for that. But after the break, we're in the kitchen where we're making lactose-free ice lollies. And we have a makeup tutorial by Rain, who's going to be showing us how to achieve 2 on-trend looks this season. See you after the break.
Clover No-Lac, lactose-free milk that lets you enjoy dairy again. Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, thanks to Clover No-Lac, a versatile lactose-free milk, you can enjoy dairy again. Our milk tart iced lollies show you how you can enjoy the sweet goodness of dairy and none of the discomforts. SMS the keyword Clover to 33650 to get this recipe sent to you. SMSs cost R1.50 and free SMSs do not apply. Dumi, this sounds delicious.
Yes, darling.
I mean, but it's getting into winter. Is this something to try right now?
We're closing down summer on a high.
Okay.
So we're going to make sure that we do it elegantly. And obviously, everyone enjoys a milk tart. It's a South African classic. But as usual, I put a twist on it. So we're going to enjoy it as a nice after-dinner dessert, you know, coming from the beach, have a nice cool down, you know, it's perfect for that.
So we're using the flavors of milk tart and everything we know milk tart to be, which is, of course, one of Mzansi's bestest. And we are making it an ice lolly.
And
I
we're
love that spin on it.
Yes, and we're using our delicious no-lac milk. And what we're going to do to start it off, I'm just going to warm up some milk here that is going to be the base of our ice lolly. So what we're doing here is we're going to warm up our milk, and to put all the flavors in there, what we're putting in here is we're putting some icing sugar, which is obviously going to be the sweetness for the ice lolly itself. And then I'm also going to put in some cinnamon sticks, because what we're going to do is we're going to leave this on a medium heat, actually on a medium to low heat, because we don't want it to boil. We literally just want it to simmer and for those flavors to incorporate into the milk. And then after that, we're basically just going to strain the cinnamon sticks. So what I've put in there just now is some icing sugar, some vanilla essence, as well as some cinnamon sticks and some cinnamon as well, because we know that with the milk tart it's normally topped with the cinnamon.
With the cinnamon powder, yeah.
So we're just putting the cinnamon there as an added flavor. I know that the cinnamon sticks have a lot of flavor, but I love my flavor.
Yeah,
I
just
love
add a
to
little
make
bit
sure.
more. I love that. Yeah, that's
so
beautiful.
we're gonna leave that to just simmer for a bit over there, but we already have a mixture that we made earlier. So all we're gonna do now is that we're gonna pull out our cinnamon sticks from here.
Okay.
Because we've already tempered this mixture, and we've made sure that this mixture over here has cooled down, because you don't want to now add your whipped cream to this, because it's literally just going to defeat the purpose of what you just done.
Of course. Okay, so you have to wait for it to
cool down
straight off the stove. Make sure that the milk is not hot.
Correct,
before
correct.
you add it in.
Yes, because the beautiful thing about no-lac is that even though the lactose has been removed from it, or it has been reduced, we actually make sure you can actually still use it exactly the same as you would use any other milk.
Beautiful,
So you don't even
okay.
have to worry about, oh my gosh, is it going to hold as well as any other milk?
So that essentially is just to incorporate the flavors, but otherwise we use it room temperature.
Basically, yeah, well, cold actually. The whole idea is for it to cool down and be cooler than room temperature.
Beautiful.
We want to be able to use it and for it to chill, because now if we've whipped our cream, because I've just added some whipped cream in here, we're tempering it right now. We're basically trying to make sure that it still holds when it goes into the fridge.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, so if you want to try this at home, it does sound quite complicated, but it is super simple. We're leaving it to the foodie here to take something that seems high level and bring it all the way down to earth. So SMS the keyword Clover to 33650. So once you've taken the whipped cream, you've added it to the pot of milk, you've tempered it nicely, then you add it back into the bigger bowl of whipped cream.
So all I'm doing now is I'm tempering all that flavored milk that we had in here into our whipped cream. So I had some whipped cream that I put over here. Didn't put any flavor in it because all of the flavor that we had was in the actual milk. Because you know that because of no-lac being no-lac, it's a little bit sweeter
than ordinary milk.
Yes, because the lactose, there's an enzyme in there that's lactase, that's basically it's been treated with lactase so that the lactose is removed. So they obviously have to somehow add some more of the vitamins into it. So that's why it is a little bit sweeter. But
it's sweeter for all the right reasons.
For all the right reasons. It's not sweet at all.
Okay.
But it's a little sweeter.
Okay, love
so
that.
now
Okay.
our mixture is done. What we're going to do now is put this into the fridge. Oh, sorry. Before we do that.
Okay.
I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm so excited.
I'm like ready to go.
You actually to get these mixed in for us. Just mix in. We've got some shortbread crumbs here, as well as some cinnamon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix some of the cinnamon in here, and then you're going to mix in our crumbs in there.
All in this bowl?
All in that bowl, yes. Okay. And while you do that...
And this is going to create the base, which is that crumble base that you normally get off a milk tart.
So what you're going to do is you're going to fold those together and then just add a little bit to the top of each of those. It must go all the way to the bottom of the ice cream, of the ice lolly molds. Yes.
Okay.
And then I'll go in with the base of...
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little bit just at the ends, but then I'm going to save a lot of it for that base at the top here as well.
You know,
so I'm going to create the layers. Yeah. I'm going to create these fun layers.
Yes. And you can leave, whatever you're leaving on the side is perfect because it looks a bit ombre. It looks like a design.
That marble look that we love so much. Okay, so I'm going to let you top each container off. Nice. If you create a bit of a mess, ain't nobody worried about that.
Dude, like
it tastes the same.
If you're not making a mess in the kitchen, then you're not doing it right.
I love that. Okay, so as we also have here, we have got some biodegradable sticks that we can use to plop right on the top there. Okay, let me actually just get this done here at the top.
Perfect.
And then you put that all the way through. It's okay, it can overflow. I like that actually, because it means that I'm not robbing myself of anything. Stunning. And then you take this mixture and then you put it straight into the freezer. And then voila, They come out looking this good. I mean, to me, this looks so lovely, so refreshing.
So delicious.
And something for everyone to try over the weekend. Here's your ice lolly.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And I'll be enjoying this one. Hi, Tumi doesn't want to share. SMS the keyword Clover to 33650 to get this recipe. But just in case you missed any of the steps, watch this.
Made with love by Clover. Clover Nolac, lactose-free milk that lets you enjoy dairy again. Made with love by Clover.
Now, international makeup artist Reine Tauber has been creating looks for more than 15 years. She's worked everywhere, from Paris to London to Milan, and currently she resides right here in Mzansi in Cape Town. And today she's going to show us how to recreate two of her signature looks. Now, girl, we're talking food, we're talking fashion, but right now we're talking makeup. And these are all three things that I'm obsessed with. And I know a lot of our viewers right now are wondering, okay, we're going into autumn, what looks should we go for? So just to establish you as an artist, what first got you into the art of makeup?
So I actually started my professional career at the age of 16, thanks to my mom.
Oh!
Yeah. So I grew up on set. My mom's a fashion stylist and a makeup artist. So I grew up on set, and I just had an amazing opportunity one day when someone else wasn't able to fill in, and I jumped at it, and the rest, as they say, is history.
When preparation meets opportunity, magic happens. Well, we thank goodness for those 16 years while starting off when you were that young, because you were able to gain momentum, you were able to sharpen your craft and get really, really, really good, where it saw you traveling the world and just beating those faces. How's the experience been like working internationally and bringing all of the tools that you've learned abroad right home?
So I'm super glad that you mentioned that, because I think that is a huge passion of mine, is mentoring the next wave of creatives in this country. So I love that I'm able to bring that international experience to this country. It's been a whirlwind rush. I think being able to tick some of the biggest life goals as a makeup artist off my list at the age that I did meant that I just had to go bigger and bolder with those goals. But it's been such an incredible journey so far. Can't wait for what's next.
Well, you're doing incredible stuff, and I'm so glad that there are notable names in the industry in all things creativity and beauty to back you. I mean, we saw last week you were at the AFI Fashion Week, you know, at Gavin Raj's show, and you were doing your thing, right? So how did that experience compare to other runway shows that you have done makeup for? And more than anything, what would you say your makeup look aesthetic is?
So working with Gavin is an absolute rush, and I've been working with AFI for the past 11 years, so they're really my fashion family. I think what's amazing about Gavin's show specifically was that he gave me complete and utter freedom. As an artist, that opportunity comes along not so often. So it's really fantastic to be able to take an incredible theme and do me with it, which was really, really cool. As you may have been able to pick up from the Gavin's makeup, which you had last week, I'm a magpie. I'm into all things shiny. People know me for my obsession with glitter and sparkle.
I was going to say, a girl after my own heart.
I know, I'm looking at your shoes.
A girl after my own heart.
So I would say my style is kind of, it's really feminine and glittery with a slight little edge to it.
That sounds incredible. A little bit of feminine mixed in with the masculine is beautiful. You've already got a look that you've started off here. Can you break down the two looks that you're going to do, and more specifically, the first bold neon color?
So I think these are, I've taken two trends that we've seen on the runway for this season, and I've kind of, these are from two shows that I did last week, and I felt that they were something that could be translated into a wearable look. I feel like that look, which is really bronzed, glowy, and we're going to add a ton of gloss to that, is very, very wearable. And I think as we go into the autumn, winter, where everything tends to be very matte and very dry, and you know what I'm saying, kind of more boring and toned down.
You can say it.
Let's just get glossy.
I love that glossy, shiny, glitter, bright colors, boldness, basically not running away or shying away from anything and embracing all things light.
And I think this is also because we're in a very unique position in South Africa where we are not beholden to a season.
Yeah.